Coach Ranieri, he was on Kennedy's staff last year as the defensive coordinator. He's been there the past 3 years. And then the football squad last year went 6-5. They lost the first round of districts to Upper Dublin. It was a good game, 40-20 loss. So with that being said, what are some goals you got this year?
From the football perspective, I think we got to work on us. I think that's number one thing, we got to work on us. When if you guys are at the games or you're watching it, some of the stuff, like there's stuff that, with any sport, that if you don't really know what's happening, you don't see actually what they're doing well or what they're not doing well. We need a cultural shift. We need a mindset shift. And to me, that doesn't just include within the team, that includes a lot of the mindset that goes with things around the team. That even means like school culture, even going a little bit further, community-wise and what we're looking at. And in terms of like, we just need people to, be there, be supportive and be in, because the goal is to, get everyone going, put a quality product out on the field.
All right, so our next couple of episodes, we're only inviting guests that have been on the Collegeville Bakery marquee. I'm kind of joking here, but how did that feel?
That sign's a powerful thing, because that entire weekend when I was going out places, like you were on that sign yesterday.
Yeah.
And the common line was, it's not official till you make the Collegeville Bakery sign.
Yeah.
So that happened a lot.
Really, what made you make the decision to take the head coach role this year?
It was a series of things. I can say, and this is going to sound worse than I wanted to, but I can say the decision wasn't necessarily like, it came open and let's go. That was not the decision-making process. It actually probably took me about a week to do it. There's a lot that goes into it that parents, players, just you don't see. Like timing-wise, it's actually going to work out pretty good. So it was kind of one of those times of where I think this is it. And one of the biggest things, I think, any sport, one of the best things you can do, and any high school coach will tell you this, that things tend to go better when the coach is in the building. That by no means is that a knock on any coach of the previous few years, but like it is different because they see you, and unfortunately for the ones that are more of the knuckleheads, I'll call it, they also know they can't get away with stuff like they could other ways.
All right, looking back on last season, you guys had some incredible leaders, Colin O'Neill, DJ Ballinger, Perillo, Conover. Have you decided some of the returning players who will be your leaders this year?
There are names that do come to mind, but right now the biggest thing that I'm doing is I am more of a actions speak louder than words person. Mm-hmm. So one of my other big messages too is like, we can talk about these things as much as we want to talk about them, but the fact of the matter is that like part of that cultural shift is we need kids to actually stand up and to do it. I believe our seniors should be the ones taking the stuff out to the field, setting up the practice drills, cleaning up the locker room, because if they can do it, nobody is too good to do some of those things.
Who are some guys that you really look to step up next season?
I'm hoping Shane picks up where he left off and continues to grow. Yeah. The good thing is offensively and defensively, one of our strengths should be our offensive and defensive lines. A lot of guys who did get playing time and experience last year, and hopefully they can kind of maximize that this year. Yeah, I'm never okay with just where we're at, because it's one of those where we got to do something to get us ready. I got to do something to get those kids ready for the next step. So like in at linebacker, for example, like Alex Shaw was kind of in and out for us last year, gave us some good minutes. Really looking for him to cement that role this year, because any varsity sport, again, I would say any coach will probably tell you your biggest growth is from 10th to 11th grade. Mm-hmm. But that's the one that we can't always predict, size-wise, strength-wise, or even like, and I'll say football IQ.
With the offensive side, looking at our QBs, we got Colby, who was the starter last year, and then who split some snaps with him, Nick Remish, and then another guy who got some snaps, Caleb Schultz. Looking at those three guys, what do you expect out of those guys next year?
Caleb's coming off a pretty bad injury with his ankle. I still think technically he is not able to go 100% yet. And then in terms of Colby and Nick right now is in baseball. So we'll see what happens when baseball ends and kind of where he goes, because I know summer baseball is a big thing. Colby's been at most things, and it's kind of one of those of where competition's always a good thing, and realistically, probably the biggest thing we're looking at is with some of the new things that we're installing and new ways that we're doing things, they give themselves the best opportunity by showing up the most that they can, so that it gives, they know what's happening.
Awesome. Best of luck this season. Expecting big things, and let's go.
Good luck.
Work's starting already.